Most wealthy families don't lose their money from the markets. They lose it due to silence, neglect, and delay. So let's fix that now. I'm Matt Landon, and this is Money and Meaning, where we're going to break down real strategies for preserving wealth, protecting legacy, and making sure your financial plan does what it's supposed to do, which is work. Today's episode is going to be practical, direct, and important, especially if you're entering 2026 with more complexity than you have clarity. We're talking about hidden drains on your net worth. These are the slow leaks, the silent saboteurs. They're not dramatic, but over time, they chip away at the things that you've built. So let's plug these holes. Drain one is around outdated estate documents. Too many affluent families have estate plans that were written in another decade, or they're written for a version of their wealth that no longer exists. Outdated executors, outgrown trusts, no provisions for new grandkids, second homes, or charitable goals. If you haven't reviewed your estate documents in the last 2 to 3 years, this isn't a legal issue, it's more of a legacy issue. So the action step you have is to schedule a full estate document review. Don't just update the will, coordinate with your advisory team, especially if your assets have grown or if they've shifted. Now, drain number 2 is around creeping fees. Fees are the termites of a portfolio. You don't always see them, but they're absolutely eating through your returns. It's not just your investment management fees. It's the layered fees of fund expenses, custodial costs, and yes, fees on old accounts that you forgot you even have. So the action step here is to ask your advisor for a full fee audit, line by line. You should know what you're paying and why. And if no one offers to do this for you proactively, that's a sign that something might need to be revisited on its own. Now, drain number 3 here is old insurance policies. If you have life insurance that you haven't reviewed in a decade, or if you're still paying premiums on a policy that was designed for a phase of life that you've outgrown, it's time to reassess. The coverage might be too small, it might be too expensive, or it may flat out be unnecessary now. Worse, it might not be structured to pass efficiently or privately. So here's an action step. Do a policy performance review. Take a look at your contracts through a wealth transfer lens. That old policy could be an asset or it may be a liability. Now, drain number 4 is around an inefficient tax structures. Here's the truth. Most high net worth families are overpaying in taxes. It's not because you're doing anything wrong. It's because no one's coordinating the moving pieces. Your CPA looks at last year. Your advisor looks at the next quarter. But nobody's tying it together with your estate, your legacy, and your gifting in mind. So the action step here is to create a multi-year tax strategy, especially if you're facing large capital gains, large distributions, or a business transfer. You should have a plan that is integrating your income, your legacy, and liquidity before April rolls around. So here's the final thoughts that I have for you. The big threats to wealth, they're not always dramatic. They're quiet, they're routine, and they're easy to ignore. But here's the thing, they're avoidable when you take the time to tighten up the system. So here's your 2026 net worth protection checklist. I want you to review your estate documents, audit your fees, reassess old insurance, and build a coordinated tax strategy. It's simple moves that can make a big difference. If you want help going through this list, or if you just want a second opinion on what's changed since your last review, my team and I are happy to walk through it with you. No pressure, no requirements. You've worked too hard to let silent issues steal your momentum. Let's make sure this year is about growth, not patchwork. Thanks for listening. I'm Matt Landon, and this is Money and Meaning.